everyone, this is Cindy from Stamped with Aloha and welcome to my Aloha Card Club. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to create a card folder that was designed to hold the 4 cards that were a part of my July 2024 Aloha Card Club. So let's go ahead and get started on today's project. So I'm not going to reveal to you what the finished folder is going to look like, but the basic template, because it is going to have a really pretty design on the front here, but you can see it has a gusset, and when you open it up, it has room not only for the 4 cards that we're making in this month's class, but it will also have room for the envelopes as well. And then for the front cover, I pulled a really pretty design using all of these colors, and I'll reveal that to you in a minute. But for now, let's go ahead and get started on how to create this basic folder. So for this design, we're going to need 2 pieces of basic black cardstock that are 8.5 by 6.5. So I'm going to place these 2 in here at 6.5 inches. Make sure that they're lined up together, and I'm going to cut off the bottom. Okay, so on the 6.5 side, we are going to line this up at 1/2 inch. And then 5.5 inches, and then 6 inches. Okay, and then you're going to do that a second time. Now you've got 2 of them identical. Next, we're going to turn, and we are going to score this at 2 inches. Okay, so now all the scoring is done. Now we are going to do some cutting. So, not sure if the lines are showing up in the video, but hopefully you can see that you have a 2-inch score line there, and then below that you've got these 2 rectangles and you have 1 rectangle there. So on the side where there's the 1 rectangle, I'm going to take and I'm going to just make a notch. And on the side where there's the 2 rectangles, I'm going to remove those rectangles. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing again. 1 rectangle, make a notch. 2 rectangles, cut them off. Okay. Now, where there's the 1 score line, we're going to fold that in and fold in this little one here. And then these score lines are actually going to be where the folder gets joined together, okay? We're going to go ahead and fold up the second piece. All right, for the next step, we have these where they've been notched and that little section has been removed. So I'm going to lay them down like this so that where these double score lines are, this is actually going to get glued together, and that's how the folder is going to come together. Now on the sides, we need to put adhesive here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take tear and tape, and I'm going to place on this long flap on the side, I'm going to put tear and tape on the inside of that flap on both sides. Okay, now for the little bottom flap down here, we're going to use tear and tape again, but this time we're going to put tear and tape on the top of the fold. Okay. And you're going to do that on both sides. Okay, so now the sides are ready to be folded in, but before we do that, I want to cut a curve on these pockets. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and lift this up and put it together like this and flip it around so that we have this opening here. And then I'm going to take my paper snips and I'm just going to cut kind of at an angle and just round with my scissors until I just get to the point right there, and then remove this. So just kind of freehanding a little round edge just to make it a little bit more interesting. Okay, so now your template should look like this, okay? So then I'm gonna take and flip this over, and I'm going to remove the adhesive on the inside flap. And I'm going to fold this in, okay? And then I'm going to take the adhesive on the outside flap and I'm going to fold this up. Okay, so that's one side. And then on the opposite side, we'll do the same thing. Okay, so now we have two opposite pockets, and the last thing that we need to do is glue them together. So now I'm going to fold in on the flap and fold back on the flap. Okay. And on this one, fold in on the flap and fold back on the flap. Okay. And then you'll see that these two flaps are going to sandwich on top of each other like that. Okay, so now to adhere these together, I'm going to take the back side and I'm going to glue it onto the top like that. And so that when you fold it up, the edge is on the back of the folder and you have a smooth edge on the front here, okay? So the way that we're going to do that is I'm going to put adhesive on this back part right here. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is pull this, and then I'm going to take this, and I want it to go here, so I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to make sure that this is lined up straight so I can see it, and I'm going to take and I'm going to fold that over. Okay, and then I can open this up. Pull the tape back and line that up and stick it down, okay? And then we should score that in the middle really good and bring it down. Use my bone folder, and there you go. You have a folder. So again, thanks to Goldie of Golden Creations Hawaii for this really great template. All right, so now let's do the cover. I have a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of basic black cardstock. This is going to be the base. And then I have a 2 by 5 1/2 strip of that beautiful DSP from Nature's Sweetness. So I'm going to just take my adhesive, place it on the back of the DSP strip, and we're going to glue this down. I love this Nature's Sweetness because it has that beautiful gold in it that just makes everything really look really elegant. All right, now the set that I'm featuring, or the bundle that I'm featuring for this, is Friends for Life, okay? So I'm going to be using the dies, in which I die cut these two pieces right here. And then I also die cut the word friend. So I can show you how I put that together. So I have the base, and then they have the overlay. The only part I stuck down was the little dot right there, because that's an easy something that can be easily be lost. And then the stamp that I'm going to be using is the Love You from this as well. Okay, so we're going to start by adhering these together. And I just really love these colors. And again, these aren't colors I would normally put together, but they were all inspired by those cards that I designed for my July Aloha Card Club. And if you watch the video, you can see that they all originated with a beautiful card that I received from demonstrator Lindsay Mann. Okay, then I'm going to put dimensionals. I love learning new color combinations and trying new things, and this is one that I definitely will use more, but I don't think I've ever made a card using these colors. Okay, so like I said, with the dies, I created the background to friend, and then the white part here, it was die cut using adhesive sheets. So I can just very carefully peel off the backing, and the adhesive will already be on there. If you don't have adhesive sheets, you can die cut this just with cardstock, and then you can, put it on with your glue pen or your liquid glue. Just a little bit messier, but this way you're just going to line it up on there. And then once you start it, you just kind of follow the pattern. And I try not to press really hard in case I want to just slightly move it. And even if it gets bent a little out of shape, because it has adhesive on the back, you can kind of just move it and shape it until you get it lined up where you want it to go. And just like that, you have your friend. Now this is going to kind of be right here on the bottom, so I don't need to put glue all over the whole thing. I'm just going to put glue up at the top of the letters. You can use glue dots as well. And we're going to just stick that right onto the front of our card. Perfect. So next I'm going to do a stamped sentiment. What's great about this set is we could say other things. We could say, hi friend. We could say, happy birthday friend. Thank you friend. Miss you friend. So excited for you friend. So I'm going to use love you. So I'm going to ink up my stamp with black ink, and I'm going to stamp that love you on a scrap piece of white cardstock. And then I'm just going to cut around it. And then I'm just going to stick that down onto the front of the card. Okay, so there's the card front. Isn't that pretty? And then we're going to turn this over. We're going to get out our dimensionals. Super simple and really, really pretty. That's what I like. Okay, and then we'll take off the backing of the dimensionals. We will grab our card folder and then just center this. And there you go. That is what our completed folder will look like. And then you can go ahead and fill it with the 4 beautiful cards that you created in this class, along with the envelopes, and you'll have a beautiful way to store your cards or a wonderful gift to give to a friend. Well, I hope you enjoyed learning how to make these projects. A special thanks to demonstrator Lindsay Mann of Canada for this template, and also to Goldie of Golden Creations Hawaii for the card folder. I was so grateful for your inspiration that inspired these projects for my Aloha Card Club. And also, a very, very special thanks to all of you who took this class with me. I am so grateful for you and so appreciative of you, and also those of you who took the time to watch this video today. I hope that you'll come back and stamp with me again real soon. Until next time, aloha.